Congratulations on being newly listed on the CSE.
Well, thanks to everyone that's tuning back into another newly listed on the CSE clip. I'm here today with Peter Schloo. Peter is the CEO of Heritage Mining Limited. Peter, thank you so much for your time today. I hope you're well.
Yes, I hope you're well too, Anil. Thanks for having us on, and thanks again for newly issued on the CSE. It's a fantastic exchange, and we're happy to be listed with the CSE.
Excellent. I'm glad that we finally had a chance to sit down here. So let's jump right into it. Let's not keep everyone waiting. Talk to us about Heritage Mining Limited. What does this company do? Absolutely.
So what we look for is we're a junior right now. We're a junior exploration company. We have a project. Our flagship project is in northwestern Ontario. We have two projects. Our flagship project is the Drayton Black Lake, and we have another project that's wholly owned, Contact Bay. We have a team that has been there and done it before. We have two directors from the Trelawney sale to IM Gold. We have a mine builder and developer. He was the founding CEO of DRA Global. We have myself. I'm more of a finance background, but I've been in mining and have had exposure to multiple mining issuers, from the exploration all the way through to advanced development through to production. So we have a fantastic team that has kind of been there and done it before. We look through the lens of does a project have legs? That's how we make our investment decisions or project decisions. And we believe that Drayton Black Lake has some legs, and we've been advancing it as much as we could. We did have a small window from going public. So from August, I mean, we were hoping it would be done in June. You know, markets were not great. Took till August, so we had a very short window. But what we've done in that window is fantastic. We did some channel samples that confirmed high-grade gold silver at surface. So now we're looking for permit submission and approval, and then we're looking forward to 2023. We've identified three advanced target areas with deposit potential, confirmed high-grade gold silver at surface. We got a fantastic shareholder base. The institutional side has been, following me for years now. We've all worked well together. And we got some really good, high quality, high net worths in there as well. Fantastic entry point for anybody looking in to get involved now. So 2023 is very exciting. We're also looking at a completely different gold price. So anyway, I went on a bit of a tangent there. So sorry, Neil.
Well, I appreciate you jumping in and kind of giving us a little bit of an insight into not only your background, but some of your team as well. Now, I want to start with, the region that you have your project in. What makes you and your team so bullish about this region?
Yeah, it's a good question. So it's always nice to be close to a multi-million ounce resource, Treasury Metals, which is fantastic. They've gotten a bit of a lift in the marketplace lately as well. We also had Dynasty Gold come out with a couple, some very good drill results that, and what's happening now that hasn't happened in the last year is positive reflection in the stock price on good news. I mean, 6 months ago, you get a great hole and people are selling into it. Right now, people are buying. So it's a great area to be in. And the reason why we're here and we selected this project is, there was a ton of data that, was not incorporated into the project on a consolidated basis. And this also wasn't, in our opinion, wasn't like systematically explored. So when you combine all the historical data that wasn't digitized, you digitize that. It wasn't systematically explored. We're doing that. We're next to a multi-million ounce resource that's on their way through the permitting process through to production. Yeah. You're very close to infrastructure. There's paved highways going through the property. There's one. Then 60% of the target areas are all-weather logging roads. The rest are easily accessible by ATV trail, et cetera. Old logging roads to 90%. There's a hydro line going through. There's the CN rail going through the top. I mean, environmental impact from an exploration perspective is low. So you put all that together, it's almost a perfect storm. And you got high grade gold, silver, confirmed economic grade. We got to find the volume. That's what the drilling's for. Yep. But right next to a multi-million ounce project, Treasury Metals. I mean, this is, it's a fantastic spot to be in. Looks like the area is getting some great attention, northwestern Ontario. Yeah. So, 2023, bring it on. It's great.
So Peter, I know earlier in the conversation you had mentioned a little bit about your team. As we both know, it takes a strong team to move a project forward and for it to be successful. So could you comment a little bit on some of the key team members that you've brought on board?
Yes, good, great question. Especially from an exploration stage company, the team is sometimes, most of the time, one of the first things that investors look at. So we have two directors from the Trelawney sale to IM Gold. They were actually from the beginning all the way through to the sale of IM Gold. So to have that experience, and they've already been through a lot of the issues, and can kind of look long, a little bit longer term, and make sure that we're set up for success. From a director standpoint and input, it's great to have them there. Ray Carvelis was the CEO and founding director of DRA Global. They went public in Australia recently. I met him through the advanced development story in 2018, Step Gold, main board listed on the TSX. I think it was probably one of the only IPOs that went through there. But anyway, I met Ray through that process, and they were actually the mine build consultant on the job. So to have him and his experience as a director, when we pick a project and say, I think this is the one to go, which is our flagship property, to have his vote of confidence is very reassuring, and should be taken as reassuring from the marketplace, on top of Patrick Moen and Jim Fairburn. From a legal standpoint, our corporate secretary is significant experience. He's an associate at Osler. He represented the Kinross on the Great Bear transaction. So we have some very high-powered, big company, big deal groups that contribute to the company's success. Myself, I started out at KPMG, Price Waterhouse, Sun Life, jumped in and assisted Step Gold in going public, although I was a bit junior there. And then I did a good job, and I was the CFO and VP corporate development of Ion Energy, and that went public on the TSX Venture recently. So, I do have a good background on taking companies public, and I think where my strong suit is, I just pound the pavement, and I don't stop. I don't think I ever will. So you can. Coming back from a young gun CEO, we got a great team from a director and officer perspective. Jumping into our exploration team, Rick Horn, Stephen Hughes, Mitch Lavery, they've been all over. They've worked in Ontario before. Rick Horn has had some good experience in the area with similar geology. He also leads the team and was responsible for our high grade and systematic channel sampling program. So we'd really like to thank him and his supporting contractors. We've worked with him before, and they really get to the bottom of things, and they get it done quickly and efficiently. So we're great that the results were fantastic, but they're a really hardworking group. Stephen Hughes is almost my personal advisor to the CEO. He helps out on the 3D modeling standpoint. So where he comes in is, Rick Horn will give all the data over, and we'll all look at it together. And what Stephen Hughes' background is, he was the head of above and underground exploration at the Grasberg mine in Indonesia for Freeport, which is one of the biggest copper producers in the world. So to have his, big company mindset when you're putting in and designing the drill program, along with all the other advisors and contractors that have input, it's fantastic. And to be a part of that, even though I don't have a technical background in that area, I am a licensed prospector, but there's, an asterisk there. I am a chartered financial analyst and chartered accountant by background. And that's my heavy set. But, it's fantastic to have a team there. And when the rubber hits the road, you can tell. And everybody's very excited about the Drayton Black Lake project and what 2023 has in store for us. So we're very excited.
I was just about to get to that. So obviously the project is in a strong mining jurisdiction. There's infrastructure. You seem to have a very strong, experienced team that's behind you. Now, for 2023, what can our viewers and your investors look out for in the coming months from you and your team?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think that's what a lot of juniors are being asked. So the catalyst is, we technically are zoned for drilling. We're approved for drilling in 2023. We just the whole locations aren't where we want them. So after evaluating all the data, we relocated the holes and we'll be submitting the permit. And so you should look out for in the next few months an approval on that permit. The next is advancing our 3 target areas. So we have, the Alcona mine, or the Alcona mine area, is a 200-meter by 1 kilometer open at both ends on strike deformation corridor, where we've had our best, one of our best, high grade gold silver channel samples. So we've identified about 300 meters confirmed strike. There's a lot of hints, outside of that, making it about 1 kilometer long, open at both ends. So it's a fantastic area, very close to proximity to infrastructure, all weather maintained logging roads. So once we get up there, we want to do a bit more mapping, but once we get up there, and we can go all year round. Similar with New Millennium. Good thing is that area has never been drilled. So once we advance that phase 1 drilling, that'll be very exciting. So that's discovery potential number 2. And then the Moretti, there's a all weather logging road about 60-70% of the way there, and then the rest to get there is an ATV trail. So might have to do some work to get up there, but nothing major at all. I've been up there with an ATV, no problem. So to get to the target area is very, very easy. And again, once we start going, we can go all year round. So what we would look for is we'll be doing it the 3 areas in a phase 1 and phase 2 approach. And at the end of the phase 2, provided we're going to phase 2, which we think, there's a good probability of doing so, we'll be in resource planning. So ideally, perfect execution, at the end of this calendar year, we'll be looking at, resource planning, not resource drilling, resource planning. Big difference, right? But to be able to do that from just going public and to have a path painted there to execute on 3 advanced target areas, I mean, that's fantastic. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to rapidly advance something systematically. On top of that, the fourth area, is this is only, what I spoke of is only about 50% or less, a little bit less of the property. So what we have is additional really good targets. They're just not as advanced. So we'll be looking to work up those alongside in parallel of advancing our 3 target areas. So very exciting.
Seems like you and your team have a lot to do this year. Now, I would encourage anybody watching to go to your website, sign up for your upcoming press releases so they can keep up with the news, but also, read up on your team and your background along with the project. So where can we direct our viewers to find this information?
Yeah, we're working on the website to add something new, actually. This is the first time we've talked about it. So what we're going to be doing, again, go to the website, all the information's there. What I haven't spoken of so far is we also have research coverage at Okulor Capital. So you can go there and sign up for his research report. It's a fantastic report. I've been working with Rob Stitt and the team for years, about 5 years now. They do a really good job. We have our most up-to-date corporate presentation there. There's a ton of videos, including this one that'll be up there once we're there. So definitely go there. We're also looking to start if you're new to heritage mining and the story, I'll be coming up and doing a nice long presentation and then answering questions after. And we're just going to be doing that ourselves. No outside paid. We're just going to email our list and all on our social media platforms. So look out for that. Just trying to figure out exactly the best way to do that with the website and how that tech works. I don't know, but look for that in the coming couple weeks, because that'll be exciting. And then I'll be there, and you'll be able to ask me whatever you want, and I'll sit there for as long as it takes to get through all the questions. So really, I'm sticking my neck out, but it should be fun, and excited to meet new interested parties.
Being accessible is a great way to build that shareholder confidence and value, right? Not only putting out news and press releases, but also making yourself accessible for them to be able to answer the questions to you. So, Peter, I wish you and your team nothing but success as you move forward in this journey, especially moving this project forward. And also, I look forward to having you on in the next little while as you meet some of these milestones to keep our audience updated.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having us, Neil. It's a pleasure. And we can't wait to update everyone as well.
Anytime. So for everybody watching, you've been listening to Peter Schloo. He is the president, CEO of Heritage Mining Limited. Of course, it trades on the CSE, and the symbol is HML. Peter, thanks again, and you have a great day.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Cheers.